Hi, it's Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. And another episode of my Make It Monday, where each Monday I share with you something that I've been working with, that I'm liking, that I'm enjoying, in hopes that it will inspire you to do something creative this week. So for this week, I have been working with cork paper. Have you worked with cork paper yet? It's one of the new products in the holiday catalog of Stampin' Up, and I just recently discovered it. And I have been making so many cards with it, and so I thought, why not share with you what I have done with it? So if you have worked with cork, what have you done with it? Hi, Lynette, how are you? I've been meaning to ask you, do I call you Lynette or do you go by Lynn? I just want to make sure that I'm calling you by the name that you prefer. But anyway, thanks for joining in. Really glad to see you. Anyway, so I was talking about cork paper, and so today I'm going to be working on the cork paper, and this is something that I just rediscovered. And let me turn the camera around, and let's get started. Okay, great, Lynette. I just want to make sure. You know how some people prefer to go by a shortened name, and so I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, so for those of you who are not familiar with this, this is how it comes in. It comes in a pack of two 12 by 12 sheets of cork paper. And let me bring out a sample. It's really nice and soft, and it has all the little, what do you call it, deficiencies or holes that you would expect from something natural, okay? And that's what gives it character. And what I like about Stampin' Up's cork paper is it's backed with a piece of paper in the back, so it's easier to cut. And I've worked with some cork before, and it crumbles easily. So this one, I have not found it to crumble. It works really well. Okay, so how do you use this? So of course, the first thing you can do is just to use this as a whole piece. Of course, we also have other so-called textured paper, but honestly, nothing beats the real stuff, okay? You really have to touch it to like it. So one of the basic things you can do with the cork paper, of course, is just to use it as a background like this. Okay? It really gives it a very natural look. If you're the sort that wants to economize and you're thrifty with your paper, well, this is a great way to extend more use out of your cork paper, is to cut out the centerpiece, okay? So that you have two pieces out of one cutting, okay? So you can, oops, I want to make sure. So you can either put something on top of it, so just to give it a peekaboo effect, or you can use it like this, okay? Let me show you a sample that I've done. If you look back a couple Mondays ago, I worked on this frame effect, and of course this works really well like this. And this is using the soon-to-be-released Eden's Garden suite. I just love it, and it goes so well with this suite. So if you are liking the Eden's Garden suite, I think if you have not played with the cork paper, this will be a good addition to it. I think it gives it a spa-like look to it, so it's very soothing and peaceful. And interestingly enough, when I was doing some research on the code and code number for this paper for the supply list, I came across this. This was in the catalog. What do you know? It's always fun to realize that you have the same idea as the concept artist. It kind of validates it, like, oh, okay, I'm actually pretty good at stamping, or we have the same idea. Hi, Amy. All right, so that was one card. And so remember, as we cut out two pieces, so we've got this piece, and for that piece, you can do something like this. This is a card that I made that I will be sending out to a friend who's having a little health issue, so nothing like a handmade card to boost the spirits, right? So yeah, so one piece, you can do two cards, okay? Of course, when you cut out this little piece here, you can also use the inside for something as well, which is what I did here. Hi, Nola. And in case you're wondering, the paper and the ink and the image is from an upcoming new set for next year. So this is kind of a sneak peek for all of you. So this one, I just use the cork as a mat for my greeting. Okay. What do you think? Hi, Anne. Glad to see you jump on as well. And of course, when you have all these, cut out like this, what do you do with it? Don't throw them away. You can always, this is what we call, scrappy paper, scrappy look. Hi, Nancy. So these are all just leftover pieces that I've used to make this card. Okay. And so one other thing besides, like using as a whole mat or using pieces of it, you can also actually stamp on it. So I'm going to show you that. So what I have done is, this is from one of the Christmas dies set. I forget which one it was, the pine cone one. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me see, okay, so it's this one. So I'm going to ink this up. For this particular sample, the first inking, oops. Okay, this is just black ink. I'm going to stamp off. I'm not going to use the full strength, okay? And I'm going to stamp it on here. So it's a little bit more subtle. Can you see what it is now? Yep. So with the shape, it doesn't look like a pine cone, but once you put the ink onto it, then it magically appears, right? So this is the highlight. Voila. Doesn't this look realistic? Now, I will have to let you know that stamping on cork, you do need to give it time to dry. So, for example, I'm going to show you. Oops, I have to be careful because, as I said, it's still wet, okay? If I go like this, what I do is, if you don't have time to wait, I would blot it with like a paper towel. See, the ink is still there, but now it should be okay. Okay? Doesn't this look realistic? I love the two-step stamping that Stampin' Up! Has because it really makes creating a realistic image so easy, right? So what did I do with this? Okay. Well, remember I said this was natural, so you're going to have these little pieces that may not all be, like there'll be little gaps, but that's just natural, okay? Nothing to worry about. So this is what I did with that card, okay? Yeah, I know, I'm really pleased with these pine cones. I played with using black or the cinnamon cider color, and I think the black looks better. So the key is for the base, you want to stamp off so not as full strength, and then the top image, the detailed image, to use the full strength color. And I think it gives it a really nice, realistic look. Okay, see, I was so, and you know, like I always say, when you're making one card, you might as well make 2 cards, right? So today I went ahead and made 2. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you today, is these cork paper, in case you have not been introduced to it or you haven't noticed it. If you are like me and you have lots of floral images, lots of greens in your stamp sets and papers, then I think it's you know, it's a good idea to try it out with these cork paper, because it can really add a nice touch to your floral, foliage, natural themed cards. Okay. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show you today. Really nice and quick, easy, but it's just so cute. I just love this. Oh, I do need to mention that right now the paper is on back order, but it will be back in stock November 8th. So if you are interested in purchasing it, just let me know, and I can add it to my order when it comes in. And again, the supply list is always, the link to order is always in the description below. So feel free to click on that, and you can order it now, and then it'll come later. But it is scheduled to come into the Stampin' Up! Warehouse November 8th. Okay. Let me see. Are there any more questions? All right. I'm so glad you joined me today. So again, if you have played with this, be sure to comment below and share with others what you have done with it. I understand you can also emboss with this, but I haven't tried that yet. Anyway, so I hope you'll consider adding cork to your cards. It's really a nice touch. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You know, whether you're joining me live right now or later on replay, I really appreciate your support. And please give me a like, comment below, share with your friends, and that would be a great encouragement to me. And again, thank you to my YouTube subscribers. I really appreciate that vote of confidence. And hopefully you will find this inspiring as well. All right. Thank you all. And I will see you next Monday. Bye.